I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
At a school like Reagan High, popularity can be deadly.
I heard she choked on a jawbreaker. That is so cool. I don't think we've met. What with the cruel politics of high school and all.
From TriStar Pictures comes the battle of the babes.
It's hard. It's over, Courtney. I'm petrified.
Jawbreaker.
Our best friend is dead. Do you have any idea what that means? You were shooing for prom queen?
Rated R. In theaters February.
Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another review. This is another paid request, this time for Dan. Thank you so much for that. If anyone wants to request pretty much any other type of videos, reactions, topics, reviews, re-reviews, pretty much anything, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. But now this is for a film called Jawbreaker from 1999. And I had heard of the film, but I'd never seen it. It stars Rose McGowan, Rebecca Gayheart, Julie Benz, Pam Grier is in the film. And it was an interesting flick. I did rather enjoy the movie. It felt like if someone did a sequel to Heathers with Winona Ryder and with Christian Slater, you could literally call this a sequel to Heathers. I mean, with the way the humor is, where it's in high school, but it's very dark comedy in that aspect, similar to Heathers. And the premise of the film is there's these four ladies who are very popular in school. Three of them do a birthday prank on the fourth. And they tie her up, they blindfold her, they put her in a trunk. They go there, they're ready to get her out. Surprise! But then the fourth girl has died because Rose McGowan put a fucking jawbreaker in her mouth to muffle her. And of course, during all this, the fourth girl fucking choked on it. So now they have this dead body and they don't know what to do. And you know what kind of movie it is when one of them goes, you know what that means? You're shooting for prom queen. I actually know, like, Julie Benz asked it like a question. You're shooting for prom queen? Is that what it means? Because of the three, Rose McGowan's the evil bitch. And she plays that to a T. Very, very well. And, you know, she's a very good looking lady. She was in Scream. She was in other movies. And she was in Planet Terror. She just really relished the role of just being the queen bee of bitches. Julie Benz followed her around. She just did what she was told, and she wasn't the brightest bulb in the case. And then Rebecca Gayheart, her character development was actually rather surprising. What I mean by that is, I didn't see it going that way, but I appreciated it. Rebecca Gayheart, she was an urban legend among other films. because as they figure out what to do, and oh, we don't put her on the bed, and then this other girl has come to the house to get that girl's books to her. She sees it, and Rose McGowan makes her a deal. You keep quiet, and we'll make you just as popular as us. Because that girl is more of a mousy, bookworm, shy, in her shell. So they bring her out of her shell. And so while she gets popular with Rose McGowan and Julie Benz, and yes, that is Julie Benz from Rambo 4, the same Julie Benz. There's a very, very different role than what I'm used to with her. Rebecca Gayheart, she thinks this is all wrong, and she gets less and less popular, and realizes that whole shebang was the wrong way to do it. And by doing that, actually catches his eye of this decent guy, and as one rises in range, she kind of goes down, and in my opinion, regains her humanity. Regains in being a natural fucking human being, not some materialistic, doll-faced, ooh, I broke her nail, dead weight. She's no longer dead weight. And the way the dialogue, like when Rose McGowan's talking to the mousy girl, and she's like, you're the shadow, we're the sun. Or trying to teach her how to be the popular girl. No, what are you doing? Put that lunch bag away. What, don't you eat? Yes, we eat. We eat well. Just not in public. Or the certain rules. And Rose McGowan goes, learn it, live it, love it. Like, she's really relishing being this thing. I say thing because she's an evil bitch. Pam Grier comes into it because she's a detective on the case. Sadly, Pam Grier, I wish was used more. I don't think she's used as well as she could have. I mean, it would have been nice if she appeared in like the third act and something else happened, but it's cool to see Pam Grier there. I don't think they used her as much as they could have, because Pam Grier is a very talented actress. It's cool to see her in there, but I think she just wasn't used that much. And the direction was pretty decent at times. Like, there's a moment where he decides to have the whole school freeze. There's a stylistic shot where he has the women going down the hallway, and this really showcases the mousy girl's transformation. Like, she's literally, along with these others, put people in their tracks, frozen in time. There's another moment in the finale where there's like this tracking shot with Rose McGowan, and then certain things that. So it's that badly directed film, and what's sad is this director really hasn't done anything that you would recognize since. And I'm like, this wasn't a bad movie. This was, again, if you like dark comedies like Heathers. Now, I don't always like dark comedies. Very Bad Things. I didn't even do that on purpose. As soon as I said Very Bad Things, my body convulsed. So I don't like all dark comedies, but there's certain ones that work. I do think this film works, because I think the actresses do their parts well. This seems like a precursor to that film Mean Girls. Although, darker. And there's also some interesting, I don't know if I call them cameos. Like, there's this person that is the suspect. And this person has a mustache. And I'm like, why the fuck does he look familiar? I went, holy shit. It's Marilyn Manson. Because what happens is that he's a suspect, but what had truly happened was Rose McGowan led him to the dead person's bed, fucked him there, so that his stuff would be, incriminating him at the scene of the crime, all that stuff. I'm like, that's fucking Marilyn Manson with a mustache. I've never seen him look like that. That was pretty damn interesting. And the soundtrack, I definitely want to give mention to the soundtrack, because this has a lot of good songs. Like when they're placing the dead body on the bed, it's the song, Let the Good Times Roll, Let the Good Times Roll. During that Marilyn Manson scene, there's Rock You Like a Hurricane. Oh, it might have been before that, actually. It might have been before that. The Rock You Like a Hurricane, that song comes up. There's a song, Don't Call Me Babe, which I remember from the trailer from Barbed Wire, the Pamela Anderson movie. Don't call me babe. I actually like that song. I like it more than that movie. I guess the ending, I thought there'd be a bit more to it. Because you have people like Pam Grier and such in the movie, I thought that... Because what happens at the... Well, before I get into that, which is very much spoilers. Overall, I would say, other than the ending, I wanted a bit more to happen. I don't know if I wanted a bigger finale or I just wanted more... Just something a bit more to it. I did overall enjoy the film. I got some chuckles out of it. Rebecca Gayheart's character development I thought was actually surprising and nice to see. The soundtrack was on point. And it has like the colorful bubblegum personality of the characters mixed in with this dark comedy aspect. It's kind of a fun blend. And like I said, the actresses like Rose McGowan, the girl who played the mousy girl who becomes this popular Violet, and she even gets more popular than Rose McGowan, and Rose doesn't like that. Like I said, this movie's a lot better than I thought it would be. I guess when you look at the title Jawbreaker, I mean, it does come into play with the film, but I don't know, just the title Jawbreaker, it just... I don't know, when I see that title, it's not like, oh, I'm going to gravitate towards a movie called Jawbreaker. I mean, that sounds like a shitty action movie. He's so tough, he's the Jawbreaker. Like a really shitty boxing movie or something. He's in town. And don't mess with him because he's the Jawbreaker. But I mean, it does fit what the movie is, but just like, I don't know. I do wonder if that title kind of like Jawbreaker. It would make an interesting double feature with Clueless. Because they have different tones. But just, you know, like I said, it'd just be an interesting double feature with Clueless. That's all I'm saying. But get into spoilers. With the ending, Rebecca Gayheart finds out that this card can actually record your voice, which I didn't know that was a thing. And she caught, in the best luck ever, of all the things that could be recorded, caught perfectly Rose McGowan. No other voices. No other voices were caught. And it was specifically the one line that Rose McGowan say, I killed her. I'm like, that's the best luck ever. I went, really? That's your ace in the hole? This card that can record voices that I've never heard of before? I'm not saying it isn't a thing, but I've never heard of before that. And caught that perfect fucking sentence, and no other voices, because there was Rebecca Gayheart, and there was Julie Benz, like, no other voices it caught. And the one perfect, I'm like, that's a bit too convenient. And then, okay, it's prom, and plays the message in front of the crowd, and I'm waiting for them to beat the shit out of Rose McGowan, or all they do is throw corsets. Or, not, corsages, not corsets. That's a different thing. Corsages. They just throw their flowers, their corsages. And I don't mind the direction where it's almost like she's gliding and all these people throwing at her, eat shit. But I don't know, I just want her to get more of a comeuppance. I mean, she does. She just found out. Obviously, she's going to be fucked up shit creek. Rebecca Gayheart, I like the moment where she takes her picture and that gets put in the yearbook, so she gets her revenge on Rose. But I just felt like even more stuff thrown on her. People just throwing everything. The punch, what's in the punch. Maybe someone after they pissed in the punch. They're just throwing something, like just something a bit more. Maybe someone with Pam Grier, like arresting her ass and getting a few lines back at her. Like something, just a bit more. Just a bit more. So it just... Is that a bad ending? Is that a bad finale? Just left a little bit empty. Just need a little bit... Like, you know, you have your dinner and you're not quite full yet. There's still more that... You still give me some more food. There's still more I could eat. There's still more. It's like, yeah. And Julie Benz, like her character, yeah, she was more of a follower, but she never gets any comeuppance. And she's part of it. I mean, yeah, she was the dumb broad following along, but she doesn't really get anything of a comeuppance. So that was kind of, as well. But yeah, other than that, I did enjoy the film. The soundtrack, the actors, they got some chuckles on me. I think it has that fun vibe. Like it's a much darker Clueless. That's why I thought of Clueless. I think of Heathers, but like a much darker Clueless. That's also what it reminded me of. So, and I like Clueless. So there you go. But with that said, yeah, Jawbreaker is worth a look. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.